Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego live here in the Panhandle of Florida, sweaty Florida, hot and sweaty Florida, near Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach. And here's uh, here's our NOA2 letter. We got our NOA2 letter in the mail, like I said we would. Took 407 days, but that's no problem. It's the process. And Karina is watching us, my prometida, from Bogota, Colombia. And Karina is originally from Caracas, Venezuela. And I'm getting lots and lots and lots of questions in the YouTube channel. And I figure it's easier just to do a YouTube live stream so I can answer your questions. And people are asking me all kinds of questions. And that's good because I'm going to answer them for you. Artur from Algeria. Hello, Mr. Diego. Hello, Artur. High five in Algeria. How are you? Now, what is the process for the K1 visa? What is it? You guys are watching this channel. You either have your NOA1 letter or you got your NOA2 letter or you haven't filed your K1 visa yet. You haven't filed it yet. You want to know what to do. Well, this is the place to be. This is the positivity place. And let's see here. We have Evans. Hello, Mr. Diego. Evans from Nigeria. Hello, Evans in Nigeria. We love our friends in Nigeria. Lucy, hello from New England. And Myra Vega, hello, Myra. And Ayandra Viana, hello, everyone. Bruh, are you cold, Ayandra? You said bruh after your comment. Are you cold? Are you in a cold part of the world? So what's the first thing you do with a K1 visa? Well, you put together a strong package, right? You put together a fantastically strong K1 visa package. You fill out the form I-129F, which is 13 pages long. You sign it, you date it. You make sure you spelled your fiance's name correctly. You put his or her passport number in there correctly. If you've been divorced before, you put in there when you were divorced and the date. And you fill out the 13-page form, and you collect all your evidence of meeting your fiance face to face within the past 2 years, right? And we have Gomez Nadley. Hello, Diego from Mexico. Hola, Gomez. ¿Cómo estás? Contain this in Texas. Texas, beautiful Texas. Now, Texas is a big place, guys. Mr. Nahas. Hi, Mr. Diego. Hi, Mr. Nahas. And Minesh Patel. Hello, Mr. Diego. Do you know how long it takes to schedule an interview in India after it's case ready at the MVC? Thanks. Well, it depends on the time of the year. It depends on the month. And it depends on how busy they are. You know, the workload for each embassy around the world changes week to week, day to day. So, you know, I would say between 2 to 4 months. Okay, is an estimated guess. 2 to 4 months. You just got to keep trying. You got to keep getting online, and you got to keep trying to schedule your visa interview in Mumbai. Now, Mumbai, you go to the consulate. Okay, you don't go to the embassy in India. Don't go to New Delhi. Don't go to the U.S. Embassy in New Delhi. You go to the consulate in Mumbai for your K1 visa interview. And make sure you get a medical exam done by a civil surgeon, by a doctor who is approved by the U.S. State Department, the U.S. Embassy in whichever country it is you are in, whether it's Mexico or India. Okay, so now you put together your K1 visa package, 13-page form, you sign it, you date it, you make sure there's no typos, you make sure you didn't forget anything. You put NA in all the places where it's not applicable. You don't leave any spots blank, right, on your I-129F. No spots. Don't leave anything blank, right? You got that. Then you have your photos of your at least 2 trips to see your fiance. At least 2 trips, right? Even though immigration says you only need 1 trip, Diego recommends you make 2 or 3 trips to see your beneficiary, your beautiful fiance, before you file your K1 visa package, and get lots and lots and lots and lots of pictures with family and friends and things like that. And then hotel receipts and dinner date receipts. Buy your beneficiary, your fiance, lots of little gifts. Keep the receipts, okay? And you're going to include all this information as evidence for your K1 visa package. Immigration want to see evidence of a strong relationship. Now, does a big age gap make a difference? Well, only if the person is not over 18 or 18 or older, then it's a problem. Okay? So you got to make sure you're legally free and able to marry each other, and you got to make sure that you're in the right age group. Okay? You can't marry a minor. Okay? That would be a big no-no, and the visa will be denied. Let's see what we got questions going on here. Let's see. Gildog01, how fast do you think we'll get to September? Well, we're in June, not right now. So it's in about 4 months for September. I estimate that in the next 4 months, you'll be seeing September visa cases getting adjudicated, okay? Hang in there. Be patient. Be patient during this process. Evans, hello, Diego. How long does it take to receive a welcome letter? Well, it takes about 3 months, 90 days, 90 to 100 days. If you're lucky, you'll get it within 60 days. In your case, it's been more than 60 days, so you're not in the lucky group. But you're going to be in the welcome letter group probably in the next 30 to 35 days. So just be patient, hang in there. You'll get your welcome letter. Licia Baby Barbara, good evening, Diego from Nigeria. Hello, Licia Baby in beautiful Nigeria. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. Karina's doing great. She's in Colombia. She's with her nieces and nephews in a different part of Bogota. She went to visit her family way up in the mountains where it's cold. And I'm lucky she got internet. I'm happy to see you again. We got our case approved on the 2nd of June. So, okay, great job. Please, do you have any idea when we can receive our welcome letter? Well, 2nd of June, so June, July, August, so around the first week or second week of September, okay? Unless you get lucky and you get earlier. So September, okay, for guys, if you're getting approval in June, like myself, okay, our NOA2 letter right here, I put it in a plastic bag to protect it, okay, is May 30th, so by September, we should hear from MVC. Naomi Gomez Garcia. Hi, Diego. Congratulations for your NOA2. Thanks, Naomi. My NOA1 is May 4th, 2022. When do you think I'll get my NOA2? I'm in Guatemala. Central America. I mean, gusta. I mean, canta. Guatemala. Muy hermosa país. So hermoso país. I would say it's 12 months. It's a 12-month turnaround right now. It's a 12-month turnaround from NOA1 to NOA2. If you put together a strong visa package, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, without any mistakes. Now, if you made some mistakes in your K1 visa package, don't worry. If you submitted it, I messed up this, and you just remembered, just wait for the RFE, okay? Now, what else do you include in a K1 visa package? Your letters of intent to get married, okay? Letters of intent to get married. This is the cornerstone of your K1 visa package. You, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, write a letter of intent to get married. You have to say that in this letter, you're going to include in the letter, you're a U.S. citizen. You promise to marry your fiance within 90 days of his or her arrival in the United States, and that you are legally and free and able to marry. Those 3 things are important to include in the letter of intent to get married for both of you guys. So your beneficiary, like Karina she wrote, I'm a citizen of Venezuela who is a legal resident of Bogota, Colombia. I'm single, legally free to marry, and I promise to marry Diego within 90 days of getting into the United States. Very important that you don't forget those letters of intent to get married, because if you do, you're going to get an RFE and a request for further evidence, and then they're going to ask you for wedding plans too if you don't submit the letter of intent to get married, okay? And how do you put wedding plans together if you can't even get a K1 visa date? It's very easy. You find somebody to marry you, a pastor, a government official, a notary, whoever, and start communicating with them in emails. Say, I don't have a date yet for our marriage, but I'm in the middle of a K1 visa interview. I just want to touch base with you, Mr. Wedding Officiant, Miss Wedding Officiant, and tell you I want you to marry us when my beneficiary gets to America. That's wedding plans right there. Take a picture of the engagement ring, Mr. Sponsor. Miss Sponsor, buy an engagement ring for your beneficiary. Take a picture of it. Include the receipt in your K1 visa package. White out the price. Immigration don't care how much it is, but just include this stuff. Let's see. Gomez, still no answer from my NOA 2. Okay, well, 19 April 2022. So let's say this week you're going to get your NOA 2 letter. You're okay? This week. Next week at the latest. Don't be all down in the face, Gomez. You're going to get your NOA 2 letter, but you remember it just takes time. Homeland Security, which is USCIS, they have to investigate every single K1 visa package. They got to investigate it. It takes time to do this, guys. Let's see. Ahmed, Ben Mabruk, Diego, how much take the approve? Please, we are waiting 115 days. We have today. Ahmed, please rewrite that question. I don't fully understand your question, my friend. I want to answer your question, but I don't understand it. Diego, how much take the first set? What is that? What is the first set? Help me out, my friend. Lucy, helping my daughter finish her K1 visa. Which location is it better to send it to, Dallas or Louisville, Texas? Okay, Lucy, you send your K1 visa package to one location, Louisville, Texas. You got no other choice. That's it. It goes to Louisville, Texas. That's where it goes. Okay? That's who you address your K1 visa package to, and send it by FedEx or UPS so you can track it. Okay? You know, just from experience, UPS and FedEx, I trust to get your visa package to the lockbox in Dallas, which is Louisville. Louisville, Texas, and Dallas are the same place. Okay, make sure you send it to the right place. It's the same place. Let's see. You're great. Let me see. We're ready to mail it out. Don't mail it yet, Lucy. Go through and check it again. Before you mail that K1 visa package, check it again. I bet you there's one error in there that you haven't spotted yet. I bet there's one error. Look through it one more time, okay? Make sure you put your copy of your passport in there, biographic page that you didn't forget to sign the form. You dated the form. You got all the pictures in there from the relationship. You got all the receipts in there, airplane tickets, boarding passes, the letters of intent to get married. Don't miss anything. Look through that K1 visa package again, one more time, and then a second time before you mail it. Okay, you're going to find something. Let's see. We're in Maine. You're in Maine, Lucy. You're in Maine. Beautiful Maine, way up north, near Canada. Blueberries come from Maine. I love blueberries. Zohedi Juarez. I got my welcome letter 89 days after my NOA 2. Okay, so that's almost 90 days, right? Pretty close. Good job. History Blitz. During the embassy interview, if my husband travels a lot, so there is a question of domicile for him, how do I prove he lives in the USA? Well, how do you prove he lives in the USA? Well, does he have an address where he goes to sleep at night? Where he goes to bed at night? What's his address? Where he goes to sleep? Does he have a driver's license with that address on the driver's license, which matches the address where his house is or his apartment? Does he have a voting record? Does he vote? Okay. Elections. Every 2 years you have a congressional election. Is there a voting record for him? That's the domicile. Electric bills, rent, house payments, car payments. Domicile in the United States is easy to prove. Your driver's license, where you live, utility bills, credit cards. Where do the credit card statements go to? When he uses his credit card, where does the bill go to? To his apartment, to his house, right? That's proof of domicile. So that, if he travels a lot, that's fine. Okay, no problem. It's no problem to travel, but he's got one place he lives in the United States, right? What is it? And does his driver's license reflect the address that he filled out on the I-129F? Remember, when you fill out your I-129F to apply for the K-1 visa, on there you're going to put your address, your physical address. That needs to match the driver's license address. That needs to match, his rent. Include 3 rent payments for the last 3 months, showing the address on the rent, or the house payment, or the credit card bills. It's simple. It's good. Don't overthink it, guys. So during the embassy interview, if your husband travels a lot, that's no problem. If there's a question of domicile for him, how does he prove it? Bring his driver's license to the embassy interview. Very easy. History Blitz, he worked overseas for 5 years. Okay, well, in order to apply for a K-1 visa, okay, you have to be domiciled in the United States of America. Unless you're military, and even if you're military, you have a home of record that's in the United States of America. When I joined the United States Navy in 1982, okay, I was stationed in Italy for 3 years, and then Sicily for 3 years, Sardinia. But my home of record was right here in Florida, which is in my military service record. Okay, so if you're in the military fixing to file a K-1 visa and you're stationed overseas, let's suppose you're stationed in, let's say, Nigeria, okay, on embassy duty, then what you do is you make a copy of your home of record from your military service jacket and say, here's where I live in America. But that's how you prove domicile. So if he worked overseas for 5 years, okay, and he's got to show proof of living in America somewhere, okay? Or he can't qualify for the K-1 visa package unless he's military, okay? Got to qualify. Qualifications for a K-1 visa. What are the qualifications? You got to be single, divorced, or widowed, legally free to marry. You have to be a U.S. citizen to apply for a K-1 visa. You got to be an American citizen. If you're divorced, widowed, you got to show proof of the divorce in the final divorce decree. And if you've been widowed, the copy of the death certificate. Prove your domicile in America with your driver's license. Prove you're a U.S. citizen with your naturalization certificate, with your long form birth certificate, certified and notarized, with your Margie Gullickson, high five for the super chat. Thank you, Margie. Margie, you are a patriot. Keep it up. I will keep it up. No problem. Super chats, thank you. I will not quit and abandon you guys during this K-1 visa process. I'm going to keep going. Even when Karina is my wife and lives in this house in Florida, we're going to do the videos for you guys. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep it up. Mr. Nahas, thank you, Diego. You're so much energy for us. And Mr. Nahas, I'm in Maine also. Now listen up, guys. The K-1 visa package process is not easy if you are an impatient person. Okay? If you are impatient, if you want it to happen today, it ain't going to happen. And you're going to get a little stressed out and you're going to get frustrated with this process. But if you just go with the flow, relax, be patient, don't stress the process, submit a strong K-1 visa package with no errors, you'll get your visa. Then you got to remember that each embassy around the world has a different processing time, okay? The Philippines and Manila, I've made some videos about successful K-1 visas for folks from Cebu, Dumaguete, and from Manila. And the Philippines is such a beautiful country. I think it's like 7,000 beautiful islands. And my friend lives in the Dumaguete. And he has a YouTube channel in the Philippines, okay? Which he basically interviews people who are expats living in the Philippines. And, he got married to a Filipino and decided to live in the Philippines. He didn't want to go through this immigration process. My dad lives in Thailand. He married a Thai lady. He can't stand immigration. So he moved to Thailand. You don't have to live in the United States, but I want to live in America. This is my home. So I went through the K1 visa process twice. This is my second K1 visa approval. I got it approved twice. Now, when I got my NOA2 letter, okay, I got my NOA2 letter from immigration last week, and it says right here in the I-797, this is my I-797, it has been noted that this is your second approved I-129F petition, and as such, okay, as such, your information, my information, has been entered into a multiple visa tracking database. Okay, so I'm in another database with Immigration and Homeland Security because this is my second K1 visa approval. Okay, you guys watch this channel. I'll get you through it. I'll get you approvals. I'll get it successfully. This is number 2 for me. But now I'm in a multiple visa tracking database, which means I can't file any more K1 visas, guys. This is it. Number 2 is the max that I can do. Okay. And Karina, my prometida, my eternal future, my wife soon to be for eternity. Okay. I got no plans on going through this a third time, but this is my second time. When I marry Karina, my beautiful fiancée, it's for eternity. She's going to have to put up with me, and hopefully she can. But I learned Spanish. I know how to speak Spanish. So if she's going to have to learn how to speak English, and she will. Okay. Let's see here. I don't want to miss it. Antonio. I went to see her back in March this year. Okay, good job. Keep your plane tickets, boarding passes, receipts, everything. Get lots of pictures with her family and her friends. Immigration do not care about your selfies. Selfie. Ooh, guapo, selfie. No, forget about the selfies. You need to get pictures with your beneficiary and her family and her friends. And you need to be included in this picture, in all these pictures, and submit 20, 30 pictures in your K1 visa package. Not just selfies. Put about 2 or 3 selfies. You guys got to do a selfie. Okay. Put a couple of selfies in there. But the majority of your pictures need to be with family and friends. Immigration want to see that everybody in her barrio, in her pueblo, in her ciudad, in her village, in her town, know you guys are going to get married and you're in a relationship. That evidence is strong. Selfies, no. Selfies are not important. Immigration will say, okay, picture with the family. This is awesome. This is great. They want to see that. Let's see. Mackenzie Owens. Hello, I'm happy you got NOA2. How long does MVC stage take? 3 months. Mackenzie, you're in. It's going to. Here's my NOA2 letter. Okay. And I got a little bit of a tear in the bottom here. Stupid old me when I opened the letter, but that's okay. I fixed it. It's going to take 3 months. Okay. 90 days, 89 days, 75 days, 105 days, 120 days. I don't like to count days. I can't stand counting days. Okay. I can't stand it. I count months. So I'm thinking September for me. And what day in September? I got no idea. But in September, I'm going to get the welcome letter from the National Visa Center. TT Didi, thank you for all that help, Diego. You're welcome, TT Didi. I'm going to help you guys. I want to pull you over the finish line with a smile on your face. Ahmed Ben Mabruk. I'm in Malta. How many time take to get the approval? Now, Ahmed, I lived in Malta when I was a kid for 2 years. I lived in Valletta, and I lived in Kirkukara, and I lived in, I think those 2 places, Valletta and Kirkukara. Beautiful island. Malta is a beautiful place. I learned how to swim in Malta. My dad, he took me to a rocky outcrop. I think it was in Slima. He threw me in the water and said, swim. And I did. Birkirkara. Yeah, I used to live in Birkirkara in Malta as a kid in an apartment. All the roofs in Malta are flat. Everything's flat. There's no roofs like this. It's all flat. So let's see. It's going to take 2 or 3 months for Malta. It's not too busy, okay? It's not too busy for Malta. In Valletta. Go to Valletta. Find out where the doctors are that do the civil servant. Find out where the embassy is. Find out who the civil surgeon is. I made a YouTube video about Malta. Go back. I don't know if you subscribe to the channel. You don't have to subscribe. I don't ever ask people to subscribe. Either you like the stuff or you don't. But if you subscribed, you can find the video I made about Malta a lot easier. And it'll explain the process to you for Malta. Okay? Let's see. Got it, Ahmed? Pablo Vasquez. Hey, Diego, how long does it take to schedule an interview in Guadalajara embassy after getting the MVC letter? It's 2 to 4 months, Pablo. 2 to 4 months. And Margie Gullickson, I want to thank you again for that super chat. Boom, high five. Thank you. Karina just texted me. She says thank you also. Don't want to miss anybody. See, let's see. Omar, Noemi, Guadamis Garcia, Diego. I lived with my fiance for 3 years in Guatemala, here in Guatemala. Okay, great. Then last year he came back to the United States. Well, he has to, because he has to be domiciled in the United States to apply for your K-1 visa. But we stay in communication every day and we miss each other. Noemi, Godamez Garcia. I understand you guys miss each other. I haven't seen Karina since last December. Okay. And it's tough. It's a long separation. Okay. But I lived with her for 10 months. And then before that, in 2022, I lived with her for 10 months. In 2021, I lived with her for 5 months. So I understand the separation is difficult. I miss Karina. Karina misses me. Everybody watching this channel, you guys miss your loved ones. And it's difficult. But you're going to get through it. I promise you. You're going to get through this. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So yeah, Noemi, be strong, okay? And give my best to your family in Guatemala, okay? Omar, I'm waiting interview for 6 months for Ankara, Turkey. You should already be in there by now, Omar. 6 months is too long. Email the visa section at the embassy in Ankara, Turkey. Send them an email and identify yourself with your receipt number, your case number, and all that stuff, and get on them. Send them an email. History Blitz. What are your top tips for embassy interview? Number 1, History Blitz. Dress business casual. Number 2, be calm, relaxed, and be honest. If you don't know the answer to a visa question, say you don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'm sorry. And then boop. And be confident. It's a job interview, right? Treat it like a job interview. If you act nervous and scared and you kind of like hemming and hawing, immigration officer's not going to believe your relationship is real. There was a person today whose husband, I believe it was, or fiance. No, this was a K-1 visa. He went to the K-1 visa interview and was just totally nervous, couldn't answer the questions, couldn't respond to the questions, and his visa got denied. Seriously. And she's texting me all blowing up YouTube with me, and I don't mind her doing that because she's angry at her fiance because he messed up the visa interview. Okay. Now she's got options. Obviously, she can go to his home country, get married, file a spousal visa, or this would be the time to get an attorney involved. I don't believe in attorneys unless you get something like a denial. Then I'm in there. Come on, Mr. Attorney, help Miss Attorney, help this person. But you got to be business casual, treat it like a job interview, answer the questions. You're only going to get 5 or 6 questions max. They don't have time for a 2-hour dissertation. Ahmed Ben Mabruk. Slima. Yeah, Slima. When I was in Malta, I used to go grocery shopping. There's a little corner store I used to go to in Slima. The video, we waiting for the approval. We are now in 1:15, still waiting to get the approval. Tell them no, there's nothing yet. Keep trying, Ahmed. You get it. Mackenzie Owens. So after you get a welcome letter from embassy, what is next? Then you create a SEAC account. The Consular Electronic Application Center is a website ran by the State Department. They tell you on the welcome letter how to set up your SEAC account. Okay. You create a password. Then you go into the SEAC account and you check your status. Now you're looking for ready status from the embassy. Okay. You're looking for ready status. When you see ready, then you're going to pay the visa fee, schedule the visa interview, and start getting ready for your next step, which is the face-to-face. Let me see here. So those are my top tips, History Blitz. Be relaxed, business casual, answer the questions honestly and truthfully. If you don't know the answer to a question, say you don't know. Noemi Gomez, but certainly we have many evidences. We really hope to take a welcome letter. I tell you, my NOA 4. No, it's no problem, Noemi. No problem para ti. Tu escribo para mí en español. Escribo para mí en español. Yo traduzo. Yo leo para ti, and yo entiendes, okay? Slima, okay. Ahmed. Mackenzie Owens. So after you get a welcome letter from embassy, what is next? What you're gonna have to create your SEAC account, Mackenzie. Paya, India. Ooh, Paya. If my fiance has a child from a previous marriage, but the child does not live with him, okay? What's the question, Paya? If your fiance has a child from a previous marriage, but the child does not live with him, is that going to be an issue? No, it's not going to be an issue. Is the child going to come to the United States as a K2? Did you include the child as a K2 on your I-129F? You got to include you got to identify to immigration, your beneficiaries' children, whether they're coming to the United States or not. They have to be identified on the I-129F. It's not a problem. You don't have to bring the kids from India to the United States or from Colombia or from Ecuador. They can stay if they don't want to come to America. If they're going to live with their other parent, it's okay. But you got to identify them on the I-129F so immigration know that, okay? So it's not going to be a problem. You're good. Travis, hold on a second. Travis asked you, what if your fiance lives in Russia? We love our friends in Russia. I've thought about trying to expedite or get a tourism visa to get her out of there. No, you can't expedite. You just go through, you got to get in line like everybody else. I think it's dangerous, but I don't want to mess anything up. Travis asked you, Russia is not dangerous, okay? It's not dangerous to be in Russia. Okay. Now it might be dangerous to be in Ukraine right now. Different story, right? But Russia, no. If you want to process a K1 visa for your fiance who lives in beautiful Russia, do it. But remember this: our embassy has closed in Moscow. We don't have a American embassy to process K1 visas in Moscow. So what happens is you file your K1 visa, okay? And you're going to put down as the embassy or the consulate for immigration processing for the embassy interview will be Warsaw, Poland. Okay. So Warsaw, Poland is where your fiance is going to go for her face-to-face visa interview. Now, in order to get out of Russia, she needs a Schengen visa. Okay. A Schengen visa needs to be processed through a third country. Malta is a good way to go with the Schengen visa. Okay. Get the Schengen visa for your beneficiary, so she can leave Russia and get to Poland when her K1 visa interviews due. I got no problem with Russia or the Russian people. I got no problem with Ukrainians or Ukrainian people. It's the governments that fighting each other, and the people get stuck in the middle. I got lots of Russian friends that live here in Florida, down the street. I got Ukrainian friends that live down the street here. Okay, let's see. Monica, me and my fiance got approved April 13th, and we have yet to receive a welcome letter. It takes 3 months, Monica. 3 months. Mackenzie, Does Tokyo have any wait time for interview? I made a video about Japan, Mackenzie. Look through my videos. You're not my videos. These are your videos. I make them for you guys. It takes me probably 3 or 4 hours to make a video, so that way you don't have to. You can watch the video and it answers all your questions. Japan. I made a video about Japan. Watch the video about Japan. Look for the Japanese flag, and then you'll see it. Sophia, Jim. Hey, Diego. Congratulations to you and Karina. Thank you. Muchas gracias, Sophia. NOA 1, May 9th, just got approved. June 6th. Congratulations. My fiance is in Jamaica. Beautiful Jamaica. How long might be? Okay, so what's the wait time? 3 months for the welcome letter, and then 2 to 4 months to get the visa interview. I made a video about Jamaica. Paya, India. No, she's not coming because she lives with the mom. Okay, it's no problem. It's all good, Paya. But you got to include the children on the K1 visa. Okay? They have to be included as a child of your beneficiary. Immigration want to see that you're not just going to abandon the kids. Okay? They want to see that you've identified the children and that support will continue for the child even though they're not coming to America. It's no problem. Omar Mohammed, Lise, I have talked to the U.S. Embassy in Ankara. Okay. They said that I have to contact the NVC, the National Visa Center. Okay, so your case is still at the National Visa Center? Okay, so it's still at the NVC. So the NVC is waiting for Turkey to get freed up for a slot. Margie Gillickson, evening from Canada. Hey, Canada. NOA 1 letter dated April 10th, 2023. Please share any knowledge regarding processing times for NOA 1, NOA 2, and the procedures different from other countries. You're welcome. Well, Canada is a beautiful country just up the north of us here, and y'all got to wait just like everybody else. There's a waiting list for the visas. The U.S. Embassy in Canada will process your K1 visa, no problem, but you just got to wait the process out. Paya, India. We noticed on the application the part where they ask if the child has a child was no, so I'm not sure how to fix this. That's why I'm worried. Okay, Paya. What you need to do is when you get to the DS-160 part, okay, or the embassy interview, explain to the embassy officer that the child is not going to be coming to the United States. Don't try to hide the kid, okay? Don't do that. It was unintentional on your part, but when you get to the visa interview, okay, that's when you explain it. Let's see. Susie Galdames. Hello, Diego and Karina. Hi, Susie. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Tú bien? ¿Tu día bien? Mackenzie. Travis, thank you. Could you do a video already on Malta? I made a video about Malta and the Schengen visas. I made a video about Schengen visas. I made a video about Russia. I made a video about our friends in Russia waiting for K1 visas. Okay? We want our friends from Russia to get their K1 visas, but our embassy closed. You know, the Russian government is having a bit of a doozy with the Ukrainian government, but, you know, that's between the governments. The people are still good people. Let's see. Sorry for the double question. No problem, Mackenzie. You're good. But I made a video about how to get a visa. If your beneficiary lives in Russia, I made a video on how to get the K1 visa. You just got to page through all the videos. I made like 500 videos. Congratulations, Diego, on your approval. Hello from Detroit. Yota Nerd, thanks. And we hope you and your family are doing well in beautiful Detroit. TT, how long does it take to schedule a visa interview? Cameroon, Diego. Cameroon. I want to say this for everybody. 2 months to 4 months, unless it's a busy embassy, and then 2 months to 6 months. Okay. The same. It's the same. So thanks from Detroit. Benny Yao. Hey, Benny Yao, you're getting ready for a big trip soon, right? Aren't you getting ready to go on a big adventure to see your beneficiary, your fiance? Benny Yao. Hi, Diego. Looks like USCIS paused on April 2022 NOA1s. NOA1s have moved on to May and June. They haven't paused on anybody, Benny Yao. They're still adjudicating. Okay? Adjudicating means they're investigating. Investigations take time. So, it takes time to adjudicate a K1 visa. There could be some K1 visas with persons with criminal records. Okay, minor stuff. It's minor. It's no big deal. But immigration's going to check it out. So some visas get processed quicker than other visas. So Benny Yao, hang in there. You got this. Go enjoy your vacation. I know you're fixing to leave soon, right? To go visit with your fiance. Focus on that. Huda, hi Diego, how are you? I haven't received any news yet. My NOA1 letter was April 29th. Huda, my fiance is in Lebanon. I'm wondering how come people who are May filers are already approved and not mine. Okay, disregard May, June, April, March, January, February. Disregard the month. Focus on the visa. Now, if your beneficiary is in Lebanon, they got maybe more stuff they got to look at for Lebanon. Okay, my fiance is from Venezuela, living in Colombia, so they had to investigate her family because her family's in Venezuela, and our government doesn't get along with the Venezuelan government. So there's more stuff they had to investigate. So, but you will get your visa approved, okay? If you qualify. All you got to do is qualify. If you qualify, you'll get the visa. If you don't qualify, you won't get the visa. Susie Goldeman. Sí, muy bien, gracias. De nada, Susie. No problem. Just keep Benny Yao. April 20th, still in the same boat. Benny Yao, okay. I want to put some blessings on your visa, on everybody. All blessings. And then in June, you're all going to get your visas approved, okay? All right? Have I failed you guys yet? Have I failed you? No, I'm not going to fail you guys. Paya India, God bless and thank you. Does the child need to come to the interview? Yes. All children need to come to the visa interview. Okay? Yes. Obi-Wan, hey Diego, quick question. My beneficiary already has a social security number and she had a work visa in the past, but I forgot to include the social security number in the K1 visa package. Will that be a problem? No, it's not going to be a problem. Immigration's going to find it in their computer database. But what you do is when you fill out the DS-160, that's when you get an opportunity to fix stuff that you may have forgotten to include in the K1 visa package. Relax, you're good. History Blitz. My husband has not come home in USA in over 1 year, but has a state driver's license, credit card bills, domicile letter stating his housing, and letter of employment for his work. We good? You're good. Good. You're good. Perfect. Sergio E. Leon M. Hi Diego. Hi Sergio. What's the processing time for Honduras? 2 to 4 months. NOA1, October 3rd, 2022. Pretty anxious about the waiting game. I'm flying to Honduras at the end of the month. We will have an engagement ceremony. Now, Sergio, be careful with the engagement ceremony. Have your engagement ceremony, okay? But immigration better understand. But don't post any pictures. Don't bring any pictures to the visa interview because immigration might think you got married. All right? So have your big engagement ceremony. And make sure any pictures you take with the engagement ceremony, there's no wedding clothes. Okay. I had an engagement party with Karina in our apartment in Bogota. Everybody was dressed in civilian clothes. We didn't dress fancy. We didn't put any formal clothes on. Okay. And we had group pictures with everybody around the table, stuffing our face with this Venezuelan food. But make sure your pictures do not create an impression of a wedding. Okay, because if the immigration officer thinks you got married at the face-to-face visa interview, he could deny your visa. Be careful. Hi Diego, I can't translate. I don't speak is that Arabic or Farsi? I don't speak Arabic, my friends. So I can't translate your name. But hi Diego, the police certificate is valid for 3 months in my country. I cannot obtain a new police certificate because I live outside my country. Is it true they consider it valid for 2 years? The U.S. State Department considers your police certificate good for 2 years. Don't worry about what the country says, 3 months, 6 months, 1 month, 9 months. Forget about it. It's good for 2 years. Go with the State Department. The U.S. government is running this show, guys. If the U.S. government says your police certificate is good for 2 years, guess what? It's good for 2 years from the issue date, okay? So go with 2. Just relax, guys. You get all this stuff in your head that creates doubt. Oh, my visa is going to be disapproved because of this. Oh, I made a mistake over here. I made a mistake over here. Once you get your NOA2 letter, you're good. Then you just got to get through the visa interview, okay? The consular officer makes the final decision at the visa interview, at the face-to-face. That's the final decision. History Blitz. Wait a second. K Messenger. Huda. So you think it's taking more time because he's in Lebanon? Yes. And because Lebanon is in a crisis and a very bad economy. Economy's got nothing to do with it. It's political. You think that's the reason it's taking more time? Yes, Huda. Lebanon it's taking more time because they're doing more investigating. Karina's from Venezuela. Trust me, they dug up everything on Karina, okay, to make sure she's good. But she's been living in Colombia for 5 years. She got the heck out of Venezuela. She denounced the Maduro government. She renounced communism. She cannot stand the Venezuelan government. They're bad. They're a dictatorship. Okay. So because I have all this evidence that she got out of there, it didn't take us long. Okay. But Lebanon is a country that's in crisis. So it's going to take a little bit longer to adjudicate. Okay. You'll be okay. You'll get it. You'll be fine. But it just takes a little bit longer. K Messenger. Hello, Diego. Greetings from Mexico. Keep up motivation to all. God bless you, my brother. K Messenger. Give my best wishes to your family in beautiful Mexico, to you and to your family. We love you guys. We love everybody in Mexico. Okay. We want to see you come to America legally. Come here the right way. Do it the right way. And you'll be here. Okay. History Blitz. Awesome. Thanks for all of your help, Diego. God bless you and God bless America. God bless you also, History Blitz. Walid Salah. Hi, Diego. My fiance received NOA1 in March in California Service Center. Yeah, California gets 93% of all K1 visas. How long does it take to get approved? I'm from Egypt. Okay. Egypt. I've been to beautiful Egypt 4 times. I've been to Alexandria. I've been to Giza. I've explored north all the way to central Egypt. Okay. And it will take the total process for everybody watching this is 18 to 20 months is the total process from NOA1 to when you get the visa in the passport. It's between 16 to 18 to 22 months, but it's getting faster and faster and faster. Okay. By October or November of this year, it's going to be an even quicker turnaround. But if you live in a country in the Middle East, if you live in a country like Venezuela, we don't have relations with Venezuela. We don't. So they're going to get the people in Venezuela. We want you to come to America. We welcome you here. Okay. But, you're going to be looked at a little bit harder, which is okay. You're going to come. You'll be here. You'll get your visa. Sophia, I don't want to miss anybody. Obi-Wan, another question. While we are waiting for the K1 visa to get approved, is it okay for me and my beneficiary to meet each other in the U.S. or outside the U.S.? Obi-Wan, here's my recommendation. You miss your fiance. I miss Karina. Okay? But is it easier for you to get on a plane with a U.S. passport and fly to your beneficiary's country? Or is it easier for your beneficiary to get a B2 visa and come to America? And then you're going to get interrogated at the checkpoint in the United States, at the airport. Why are you here? You're in the middle of a K1 visa process. What's your intention? Why are you coming here? Why can't you just wait for the K1 visa? Blah, 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 blah. just go see her or go see him with your American passport. It's so much easier. It eliminates all of the paperwork. It eliminates all the stress at the embassy interview for the tourist visa. Go see her or go see him. Okay. Sophia, thank you. We watch your videos in Jamaica. Well, we love our friends in Jamaica. Margie, how relevant is it to disclose that I have a visa in process when I next visit my fiance in the US again? Congratulations. Margie, if you have a K1 visa in process and you have a tourist visa in your passport, it's important that you tell the Border Patrol officer first, right up the bat, that you are in a K1 visa process. So there's no, he doesn't, because he or she's going to see that in the computer. When he punches your passport number in the computer, he's going to see you're in a K1 visa process. So it's better to disclose it. Just disclose it. Be honest all the time with immigration. Honesty is the best policy. Huda, my fiance was in the Lebanese army. Okay, no problem. Don't you think that's a good thing that he was a soldier? Sure, it was a good thing. He was defending his country. Great job. That's what I was told. The investigation won't take long since he was a soldier. That means it's a bonus. Absolutely. He'll be fine. If he served in the Lebanese army, he's going to need to provide a copy of his discharge papers to immigration. Okay, make sure he gets a copy of his discharge papers, and he's good. Huda, sorry for asking too many questions. No, Huda, you guys, this is your YouTube channel. For 8 long years, I've been in the waiting game with immigration. And now I got my NOA2 letter, and Karina is all excited about it. And in 3 months from now, September, we'll get the NBC welcome letter. Then it's going to take a couple of months, 3 months, another 3 months to get her in front of an immigration officer. And by November or December, she'll be here in America, in Florida. We're going to fly from Bogota, Colombia with our cat Tokyo to Miami. And in Miami, I don't think I'm going to buy a continuing flight. I'm going to rent a car. I think I'm just going to rent a car and drive from Miami to our home here in the Panhandle, because I don't know if our cat can fly internally in the United States. I don't know. I'm not, especially coming from overseas. So I'm just going to rent a car. It's a 12-hour drive from Miami to our house here in the Panhandle, near Navarre. We live north of Navarre Beach. Pete B, Diego, you're the best. No, you guys are the best. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for watching. You're learning a lot. I hope you are learning stuff from this channel. I hope you're getting relaxed and calm, not stressed in the process. Okay. Remember, this is my second K1 visa, guys, and my fiance's from Venezuela. And I'm approved. If I can do it twice, you can do it on your first rodeo. You can do it. You've got this. You're going to get your visas, guys, as long as you are qualified. Walid Salah, I'm so happy to hear that you have visited Egypt several times. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Walid Salah, I loved my time in Egypt, okay? I stayed at the Siag Pyramids Hotel in Cairo. Have you heard of the Siag Pyramid Hotel? It's in downtown Cairo. It's beautiful. I stayed like at the top, on the top floor, and if you look out the windows from the west, I believe, you can see the pyramids. And then I saw the pyramid, the Cheops pyramid, I think it's called. But I went inside one of the pyramids. I went inside a pyramid. How can you? What? I mean, seriously, it was such an experience to go inside a pyramid. And I came outside of the pyramid, and there was a person, an Egyptian. He was making a block. He was chipping away on a block, making a block. What an experience! I've been there 4 times. I ate some corn in Alexandria. In Alexandria, I was walking along the seafront, and they were selling corn, street food. And I bought some street food. In fact, what I did was when I was in Giza, I went into central Giza. It was farmland. It was all farmland. And I was getting ready to leave Egypt to fly back, not to fly. I was getting ready to go back to my ship and get back to go to sea. And I had about, I don't know, $75 in equivalency US dollars. I had about 75 US dollars in Egyptian pounds. And it was my last, I had like 2 hours left in Egypt. And I'm in the central part here in the countryside. And I saw this farmer, a young lady. She was a farmer tending to her cows. And I walked up to this barbed wire fence and leaned over it. And I motioned to her. I said, "Hey, come here." And she walked over to me. And I gave her $75 US in Egyptian money. She about had a heart attack. She couldn't believe it. And she started crying. I'm like, okay, I can't use this money in America. I can't use this money in Italy. So here it is for you, a gift. It's my gift to you, young lady from Egypt. And then I got on the bus and went back to Alexandria. Then I got on the launch, the boat, the motor launch, and went back to my ship. And then that night we set sail. We went from there. I think we went somewhere else. Where did we go? I think we went to Spain from there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go back to Egypt again, Walid. History Blitz. My birth certificate has a mistake on it regarding my birth parent, which is incorrect. Got an updated one with my stepdad. Will this be an issue during the embassy interview? No, it's not a problem. It's okay. You're good. Not a problem. Life in North Carolina. Hello from Greensboro, North Carolina. Now, life in North Carolina, that's a trick question when you say hello from North Carolina, because your handle says life in North Carolina. But Greensboro is a beautiful place. I've been to North Carolina. I think I've never been there other than at the airport. James Wright, thumbs up, everybody. A thumbs up to James. How are you, James? How are you doing? So come on, guys. The K-1 visa process is a long, drawn-out process. And it can be a little stressful. But the thing is this. If you qualify for the benefit, you'll get it. If you made a few typos, a few errors in your K-1 visa package, that's why you got to check it before you mail it. But you can correct those errors at the visa interview and on the DS-160. If you change passports, Miss Beneficiary, if you lose your passport, if you move from this house to this house during the visa process, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, you update that information on the DS-160. Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, you don't have to call you don't have to get on the phone to immigration at USCIS Service Center if your beneficiary moves. Don't do that. They got no time to do that. They have no time for that. Just change it on the DS-160. Huda, you should definitely visit Lebanon. It's a very beautiful country. Yes, Huda, it's a beautiful country. I'm from the north of Lebanon, Tripoli. Okay. And my fiance is from Baalbek, where there's the Temple of Bacchus. Yeah, the Temple of Bacchus is very historical. Lebanon, a beautiful country. You've got the Mediterranean Sea. You've got you got the Mediterranean Sea. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Lebanon has a coastline with the Mediterranean, with a beautiful coastline, and it's a beautiful country and very historical. And I will go visit Lebanon, but I got to wait for Karina to get to America first and get her citizenship. Tuan Benson waiting on the RFE letter to see what they need. Yeah, don't sweat, Tuan. Don't sweat an RFE. I got an RFE on my first K-1 visa. On my first rodeo, I got an RFE. And what was the RFE? I didn't identify the website where I had first met my first beneficiary. I didn't tell immigration what website it was. Okay, so I printed the credit card receipt from where I paid to join this website and wrote a little letter. I met my beneficiary. First time I communicated with her was on this website. Here's the credit card receipt where I paid my $30 for the membership, and I sent it back. And then 2 weeks later, I got the visa approved. RFE's no big deal. James, right, I had my congressman do an inquiry. Was that a mistake? No, not a mistake. That's why Congress and your U.S. senators and your members of Congress have offices set up for that very purpose. Okay, our tax dollars pay our congressmen and congresswomen, our representatives, and they set up offices for immigration. That's why we pay our taxes. It's not a mistake. Walid, let me know whenever you decide to come again. Here, welcome anytime. Well, Walid, I appreciate that. And like I said, Walid, I got to get my Karina in America. Got to get her U.S. citizenship so that we can travel freely. You know, right now a Venezuelan passport, you can't really go too many places on it. So we're going to get her here. We're going to get married on Navarre Beach, right down the street. Navarre Beach. And you guys are welcome to our wedding, and we'll make a video about it. And when I come to Egypt, probably fly to Cairo and then get a driver and explore. There's parts of Egypt I want to visit again that I haven't seen, but that I want to see. Okay, there's parts of Egypt that I still haven't seen. Christian Oviedo, God bless you both. God bless you, Christian. Same. And thanks for the up bearer, Tuan Benson. Now this is the positive channel, guys. Okay, if you're coming on here to be depressed and negative, that's not good. You need to be happy and be glad that your visa is going to be done soon, and you're going to get your beneficiary in America, and you guys are going to get married. If you watch the videos that I've made for you, you will see this process is not so difficult as your head makes it out to be. Okay. And I've made all these videos. I think there's one person out there that I don't like this video. I don't like this video. There's one person. Now this person doesn't write in the remarks block, Diego, I don't like this video because of this, or because of this, or because of that. Tell me why you don't like the video. What is it you don't like about it? And then I can make the videos better. But no, it's this one person, just negative. Benny Yao, high five. Super chat, Benny Yao. Thank you, Benny Yao. You are a patriot. Now, don't forget, save some of this money now for your trip to see your fiance. Okay? You're going on vacation soon, Benny Yao, but thank you for the super chat. Okay, Karina and I got lunch covered. Let me see. Yeah, Walid, I'm going to come to visit Egypt again. History Blitz, what does the medical exam paperwork look like? Is it a standard form or some kind of different? It's different for every country, History Blitz. Every doctor around the world has their own thing, but there is a specific USCIS form that they have to fill out, okay, for USCIS. Now, the civil surgeon in every country and around the world knows what that form is, okay? They know what the form is for immigration. That's why the State Department entrusts them to do the medical exam. Now, the medical exam, I think it's Form I-690. It's Form 695, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I need to double check that information. But it's the same form all around the world, okay? Pat Vega, congratulations to your wife and yourself. Now, I'm not married, Pat Vega. I'm single. I'm divorced, and Karina's single. We're coming here on the K1. So let's see. Twine Benson, thanks for the upbeat, Diego. It's natural to be anxious and stressed, but you help all of us. Yeah, Twine, relax during this process. Okay. If I can get 2 approved, you can get 1 approved, right? Right? Okay. That's it. That's the way to go. James Wright, Panhandle. Beaches are some of the best. The Panhandle, right here. The beaches are beautiful, but the traffic's horrendous. I go to the beach in the wintertime. Now, I love tourists because tourists bring dollars to the Panhandle, and we love tourists. We got no problem with tourists, but there's nowhere to park, hardly. So when the tourists go back home, then I go to the beach in like January and February. It's kind of dead around here. That's when I go to the beach. That's when I go find a parking spot. It's not cold here. And the restaurants, a lot of the restaurants close during the wintertime. They're like seasonal. But we love the tourists. We love the beaches. The beaches are beautiful. Pat Vega, don't you need to get married within 6 months after arriving in the USA? No, Pat Vega, You have 90 days. Here, let me do this for you right here. Okay, right here. You have 90 days in which you have to get married on a K-1 visa. If you don't get married in 90 days, what happens? What happens to you, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, if you do not get married in 90 days? What happens? Come on, tell me. You get deported. That's what happens. If you don't get married in 90 days, you will get a letter of deportation. You're on what's known as a K-1 visa, I-94 temporary 90-day visa. You got 90 days to get married. And what I recommend you guys do is you also adjust your status and apply for the green card within those 90 days, because that will speed up your green card processing. Get it done within 90 days. When Karina gets to America, she'll fly to Miami. I'll rent a car. We'll drive to the Panhandle. We live close to Navarre Beach. We'll get married in 90 days. We'll adjust the status within 90 days. I'll get her on my medical insurance. I'll put her on the house, on the car, on the light bill, the electric bill, the gas bill. It may be hard to get her on the bank because she won't have a social security number, but she's a death benefit. She's my death beneficiary. So I'll get the bank to write a letter to say she's a death beneficiary. So if I die, she gets the checking and savings account, and the bank will say she cannot be a joint member yet because we're waiting for her social security number. And you're going to put all this evidence together. I'm going to put all this evidence together. I'm going to include this letter, the I-97, the I-797, the NOA-2 letter will be included in the adjustment of status. The I-94, the arrival and departure form. When Karina arrives in the United States, you got to print the I-94. That's going in the K-1. That's going to go in the green card adjustment of status paperwork. I'm going to load it up. I lived in Colombia for 10 months in 2022. I got all the receipts from when I lived in Colombia. That's going in the adjustment of status paperwork. Everything that shows the relationship. Bruce Hatton. Hi, Diego. Can you help me with the minimum income issue? Sure. What's the question, Bruce? I'm going to help you on the minimum. Now, if you don't meet the minimum income, get a joint sponsor, get a co-sponsor. You can, if you don't meet use your assets. There's things that you can do. For the minimum income, for the face-to-face visa interview, you got to be at 100% of the minimum federal income requirements, 100%. When you adjust the status in the United States, you got to be at 125%. Why is there a difference? Why is it 100% income for the embassy interview? Well, the K-1 visa is a temporary visa. It's not a permanent visa. All temporary visas to enter the United States require a minimum 100% income, minimum, federal guidelines. To become a permanent resident of the United States of America, to live here permanently on a green card, your sponsor has to be at 125%. So first get through the 100%, get to America. Then you file the adjustment of status. If you cannot make the 125%, get a joint sponsor. Use your assets, use your equity in your house. If you have a car, you cannot use your car as assets. But if you have two cars, you can use the second car for assets. All the furniture in your house, get it appraised by somebody. Use that as assets. The equity in your house, anything that you can do to bump up the numbers. And it has to be 5 times the difference that you are short. Okay? So if you are short $5,000 a year on income, you have to have $25,000 in assets to make up that difference. Okay? I thought you can't use a sponsor in the Philippines. You can't. Bruce Hatton, if your beneficiary is in the Philippines, you cannot use a sponsor or assets. You can't. The Philippines is the only country in the world in the immigration process where you cannot use your assets or a joint sponsor. So my recommendation to you is, if you have a beneficiary who lives in the Philippines and you cannot meet the income requirements, get married to your beneficiary. Okay, well then you then marry. What I recommend you do, Bruce, is you fly to the Philippines, you marry your beneficiary, and then file a spousal visa, because then you can use a sponsor. Okay, if you are married to a Filipina, you can use a sponsor. Okay, if you're not married to a Filipina, you can't. You can't. You got to meet the income requirements. So Bruce, here's how instead of you calling me on the phone and emailing me, here's just get married to her. I can for her, but not for her son. Okay, how old is her son? How old is her son? Is he going to stay in the Philippines, or does he want to come to the United States with mom? I'm sure he wants to come with mom, right? So you meet the income requirements if you only had to petition one person, because then that makes two people that you have to be accountable for. But if you have her son coming, then you're accountable for three people, right? When you file your financial paperwork. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm beginning to think. How old is her son? Does he want to come to America? Okay. Here, if you cannot meet the income requirements, Bruce, fly to the Philippines and get married in the Philippines and process a spousal visa. Then you'll get your visa. Then you can get a joint sponsor. Then you can use your assets, okay, when you adjust the status. And then you only have to meet 3 times, not 5 times the amount. Bruce, but later, if he come, my fiance can get a job, and then we qualify. But immigration, yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing, Bruce. You're going to have to get married to this lady if you cannot meet the income requirements. Bring her to America as your wife. She gets a job, file your taxes together, and then your income will increase. And then when you show your taxes for your adjustment of status paperwork, okay, you're going to file your taxes. It will show the income is good. But you're probably going to have to get married, my friend. That's the only way you're going to do this. Okay, guys, any more questions? Income requirements, beneficiaries traveling, B2 visas. Pat Vega, thank you for your service, Mr. K1 specialist. Tell you, I'm not a K1 specialist, okay? I'm not an immigration attorney. I just know how to do this. I've done it twice. And I went through a spousal visa. So I don't give you guys any legal advice here. It's zero legal advice. What I'm giving you is free advice. I'm saving you guys a fortune in immigration attorney fees. An immigration attorney costs you how much? $3,000, $4,000, and then you call your attorney up. You got a question? It's $100 an hour. If you come on this channel, I give all this information to you for free. But Benny Yao, she gives me super chat. He gives me super chats, and I appreciate that. I'm going to take Karina out to dinner on Benny Yao in Bogota soon. Let me see. James Wright, can you get married within 90 days in the beneficiary home country? James, do not do that. James Wright, here's the question from James. Can you marry your beneficiary within the 90 days in the beneficiary's home country? Guess what happens if you do that? What happens? Your K1 visa is terminated. A K1 visa is a visa for a single or divorced or widowed person to enter the United States one time to get married to your American citizen sponsor. That's what a K1 visa is. A K1 visa is giving you permission, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, to enter America one time, one direction, and you must get married in 90 days. If you marry your beneficiary outside of the United States in her country or his country, your K1 visa is terminated. Then you got to file a spousal visa. So don't do that. History Blitz. Do they redo the medical exam for a green card? And does the old K1 medical get scrapped? Okay, History Blitz. Here's how it works. The medical exam that you have in Canada is good for 6 months. The clock starts on the 6-month date of the medical exam. You could use that medical exam for your adjustment of status for your green card. You could use it, and your immigration most of the time accepts it. But here's the thing: You got a bunch of new immigration officers who don't know the rules. And when they get your adjustment of status paperwork, they're looking for the medical exam and the vaccination records. So here's what I recommend you do. Here's what I'm going to do for Karina. Here's what we're going to do. Karina's going to have her medical exam in Bogota, Colombia. Okay? The doctor's going to give her a sealed envelope, which she's going to bring to the interview. She's going to turn that in with her passport. Her passport gets embossed with her K-1 visa. I accompany her from Bogota to Miami. We go through immigration. We go through the checkpoint. I bring her home. She's going to rest. And then I'm going to schedule her a second medical exam with the civil surgeon in Pensacola, a doctor who is authorized by the State Department to do medical exams. And I'm going to include that second medical exam and her vaccination records in her age adjustment of status paperwork for her green card. So we're going to repeat the process all over again, because if you get an immigration officer who doesn't know the process and he's looking for the medical exam, the I-692 or whatever it is, and he can't find it, he's going to send you an RFE. The immigration will send you an RFE. Where's your medical exam? Well, I thought my medical exam in Canada was good. Well, it is. But he doesn't know. He's a new guy. She's a new guy. Get your medical exam done in Canada. We're going to get our medical exam in Bogota. And then we're going to repeat it for the adjustment of status. I'm going to pay the doctor a second medical fee for her medical exam so I don't get that RFE. What does an RFE do? It slows down the process. What? A month, 2 months, 3 months? Who knows? We're not going to do that. I'm going to get her a second medical exam in Pensacola, right down the street. Let's see. Pat Vega, LOL. Gary Higgins, hello. I told you that we got our RFE because USCIS said they wanted to know if we met through a IMB and EMBRA. Correct. But we checked no on that box, and they want a death certificate from the beneficiary. Same thing happened to me. Immigration sent me an RFE. Did I meet? I checked. You didn't meet your beneficiary in an EMBRA, but what website did you meet her on? It's no big deal. Just give them the information. Okay, give them the information. Pat Vega, start to watch your videos. Great public service. Well, thanks for watching the videos, Pat. This is for you guys. I want to see you get your visas. I know what it's like to go through this process. It's not fun. A lot of folks who have never done this before are scared to death that something's going to happen. They're at work checking their case status instead of working. You're on your phone at your day job checking your case status, and your boss says, "What are you doing?" I understand that you guys are having a hard time with this. So if you watch the channel, I do the live stream on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Central Time, Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Time, and Sundays at 11 a.m. That covers everybody around the world, right? All around the world. Watch the videos, ask me questions, and I'll get you through this successfully. Yeah, Gary, don't relax on the RFE. Give them the information and get the process moving. Mackenzie, I'm a couple of months away from NOA2. Okay. What are some things we could prepare for beforehand? Okay, well, here's what I would do. Make sure you got the birth certificate of your beneficiary translated into English if it's necessary. Get the police certificate because it's good for 2 years. Start getting those kind of things ready. Make a copy of your passport biographic page in color for your beneficiary. Do all that kind of stuff. But right now, you should be just doing this. I'm relaxed. I'm just waiting on the visa center in New Hampshire to contact me. Relax. Jes Juarez, Diego, hello. We got our NOA2 today. I'm so happy. See you in Colombia, Diego and Karina. Jes Juarez, we will see you in Bogota at the embassy. Congratulations. You got your NOA2 today. High five, Jes Juarez. See now, didn't I tell you you would get your NOA2 letter? Didn't I not tell you that? You qualify for the visa, you get it. You got it. Pat Vega, sweet. Gary Higgins, Can we send you a USCIS scanned copy of death certificate for beneficiary? Sure. You can make a scanned copy of it. Absolutely. Make sure you get it translated into English. Susie Galdamez, congratulations. Suarez. Joe Atala just joined. Okay, Joe. History Blitz. So we submit both exams. No, one exam. You submit one exam. Get a new exam in the United States. Get a medical exam. Get a new one. Get a total new one. That's the one you submit. The doctor will fill out the I-692 form, whatever it is, the vaccination form. He will make sure the doctor signs off on it properly. Get a copy of it and submit that. Now, the civil surgeon is going to give you the medical exam in a sealed envelope. You won't even be able to look at it, but you input that in your adjustment of status paperwork. Let's see. Jason Mabry, I didn't make a copy of the I-129F package. Is it a must to have at the interview? No, you don't have to have a copy of the visa package at the interview, Jason, but the I-129F form is where the immigration officer gets questions for the visa interview. The immigration officer is going to study the I-129F and ask your beneficiary questions from that form. So it's always a good idea for your beneficiary to have a copy of that so they can plan for the visa interview. James, hit the thumbs up. Help others find the channel. Yeah. There's some kind of computer algorithm that YouTube uses to help other people find these videos by interaction. So a thumbs up helps other people find the videos. That's true. But I never, ever ask you guys to do that. You guys either like the stuff or you don't. And I think there's one person that will, no matter what I do, goes through all my videos, your videos, and puts don't dislike, dislike, dislike. Now, that's no problem to me. And whoever this person is, it's no problem. And, I would send you a box of Kleenex if you're really crying about the video. If you really need some Kleenex, I'll mail you a box of tissues. But I don't know where you are. Let me know where you are, and I'll send you a box of tissues. But if there's a reason why you don't like the videos, tell me so I can improve upon the videos. If there's something you don't particularly like, I don't like this, tell me what it is. Otherwise, don't be such a big baby. Let's see. Furious Ram, is it okay for my fiance to get a work visa when she approved for the K-1? Furious Ram, when your fiance gets to America, just apply for her green card. Forget about these work visas, work permits. Forget about the EAD forms. Forget about it. It costs a lot of money, and it's only good for a short period of time. By the time you spend all this money on the work permit, okay, a few months later, the green card's in the mail, or you get your green card. My Karina, when she gets to America, okay, I'm going to take care of her. When she gets her green card, if she wants to, she's going to start her business. Then she's going to start her business. She's an entrepreneur. She's a capitalist. She's ready to open a business up. But we're just going to wait for her green card to get here. That's it. S. Juarez. Yeah, you told me. Thanks so much for your videos. No problem. Antonio, it's 7 months too early to commit to marrying someone. I love my Filipino girlfriend. We sent our K-1 off this week. Congratulations. 7 months is fine, as long as you got 7 months worth of evidence in your K-1 visa package. You got 7 months worth of stuff, right? Right? Pictures together, dinner dates. You got her an engagement ring. As long as you got a strong relationship, you're good. Pat Vega, sister married a Colombian from Bogota, served in the Marine Corps. Well, huya, semper fi, and well done. Joe Atala, still waiting for our NOA-2 letter. Okay, you good. NOA-1 dated 22 April 2022. Okay, no problem. So next month, you'll be hearing from immigration. I have a lawyer. Okay. Can he track my case or help me get approved faster? No. Immigration attorneys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, immigration attorneys cannot speed up your case. All they do is fill out paperwork and submit your case. And then you have taken yourself out of the loop. So if you get an RFE, when you get your NOA1 letter, your NOA2 letter, you don't get to see it first. Your immigration attorney gets to see it first. That's an immigration attorney does not speed up the process. There is no such thing as a fast visa. There's companies out there that you pay $500 to process your K1 visa package. Can they speed up the process? No, they cannot. If you file a K1 visa on your own, or if you hire a company or an immigration attorney to file a K1 visa for you, the process will be exactly the same pace. Okay? Pat Vega, I think he's jealous that you found a beautiful business woman. Yeah, he's jealous, all right. It's like crying. I'm like, dislike. Okay, if you dislike the video, tell me what it is you don't like about the video, and it helps me improve. Your opinion is greatly appreciated, but just being a big crybaby, dislike, to me is irrelevant. I don't take that person seriously. I want to mail you a box of Kleenex for your tears. There you go. If you don't like something, tell me what it is. You know, how does a new car improve? How does a company improve? How does a restaurant improve? You know, if they go on to Google and they make their opinions known. I don't like this restaurant because of this, and this. And then the restaurant can improve upon the process. I can't improve upon this process unless you tell me what it is you don't like. And then if I disagree with you, I say, I don't agree, but thanks for your opinion. But don't be a big baby and I don't like this. I laugh at you. Mackenzie, the thought of getting to the interview and then denying you is crazy to me. What are the big reasons okay, why can you get denied at the visa interview? If you got engaged on December 1st and the immigration officer asked your beneficiary when you got engaged and you said January 5th, if you don't have all your dates correct, if the immigration officer asks you when was the first time you met your beneficiary face to face, well, the first time that you met that person face to face, you better have that date correct. The immigration officer is looking for discrepancies in what you told them in the immigration package and what you tell them at the face-to-face interview. So get your ducks in a row. If you don't get your ducks in a row, if you have major disparities, if the immigration officer asks you, has your sponsor been married before? I'm divorced. I returned my beneficiary back to her home country. She didn't like America. She didn't like Florida. She didn't like the food. She didn't like the television. She didn't want to learn how to drive a car. She didn't want to do this. She didn't like the hurricanes. She was scared of hurricanes. I said, okay, no problem. So I took her back home and we got divorced. I told Karina all about this. Karina knows everything about me. She knows this is número dos. She knows where I was born, where I was raised, what college I went to. She knows what's my favorite food. She knows where, all about me. The embassy officer is looking for you to mess up on a question. So it is critical that if you don't know the answer to a question, tell the officer, I don't know. If the immigration officer asks Karina a question and she doesn't know, she'll say, I don't know. No entiendes. No lo sé. No lo sé. No problem. Next question. Be honest, be straight, and be confident. You are going into this embassy interview confident. You're going to be with your sponsor, your American citizen sponsor. You're going to get married soon, and you can't wait for that day. That's the attitude you got to have. If you go in there with a negative, crybaby attitude, and you can't answer simple questions, you probably won't get your visa. Jason, I brought my plane ticket to visit my fiance in Ghana, beautiful Ghana, okay, for September. with the money I got back from the lawyer. Jason, you spent you spent money that you paid for an immigration attorney. They messed up your package. You got your money back, and now you're using that money to go see your fiance in Ghana. That is what I like to hear. Use your money for your family, for your beneficiary, for your wedding, for your honeymoon, not the immigration attorney. I have got no problems with immigration attorneys. They do a great job. And in my opinion, they are only necessary. An immigration attorney is only necessary if you get a denial, if you have a criminal record. That's it. Let me see. Jason, fire the lawyer, Joe. Do it. Pat Vega, too many haters in America. And they just, not just from North America. There's haters all around the world, Pat. You know, a lot of jealous people. Okay. I don't worry about people who are haters. You need to love haters. Love the haters. Don't hate back. If you hate back, that's not good. Love back. Isma Arsa, saludos Diego. Hace unas horas acabo de recibir mi aprobación. When are you going to get your what horas? What hour are you going to get your approval? What hora? Unas horas? I don't know. No lo sé, Isma. No lo sé. No lo sé. Spinergy HD. Hi, Diego. NOA 1, May 31, 2022. When do you think NOA 2? This month. This month. Susie. Felicidades, Isma. Okay. Pat Vega. Can't rent space in your head. No. Don't let immigration rent space in your head either. Don't let haters rent space in your head. And don't let immigration rent space in your head. Okay, guys. I have been talking for 1 hour and 31 minutes. I'm going to go and cook dinner for myself because Karina's not here. She'd normally cook me a great Venezuelan dinner, but she's not here yet. She's in Colombia. But here's a question from Lizzie. 1 second. Lizzie D. Mr. Diego, my fiance had his interview yesterday. He was approved. Congratulations. High five. They were impressed by our original packet and asked him just 3 questions without requesting any additional evidence. High five. 3 questions. You submitted a strong visa package. The immigration officer knew that your relationship was real, and it took 5 minutes. Good job. Okay, guys. No, Pat Vega, they can cook. I don't know how to cook. Karina knows how to cook. I just wing it. I got a microwave. Okay, but Benny Yao, thank you for the super chat and also for the super chats from everybody. That money will be put to good use at a fantastic restaurant in Bogota, Colombia when I go to see Karina. I got the NOA 2 letter here. Now we're just doing this, waiting for the NVC. I will see you guys on Saturday at what time? 7 p.m. Central Time. See you Saturday, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.